Okay, so we're on to the closing remarks. So it's left to me. I'm just going to give a quick introduction of who I am. My name's Francesca Woods, and the reason I've been asked to do this is because I'm one of the old hands with HAF. I've been involved in the Leeds City Council had approached Leeds Community Foundation pre-HAF and even before the HAF pilots to see what they could do to tackle holiday hunger. That programme then evolved into Healthy Holidays in Leeds, which then evolved into the HAF provision and has been going strong. And I think it speaks to the evolutionary process and the evolutionary journey we're all on with HAF, and how important that is, that we're developing and we're not expecting everything to be perfect at once. So I was really delighted to be able to give the closing remarks for an event that we're calling From Good to Even Better, because I think that's absolutely the journey that we're all on. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of our presenters and facilitators today. Thank you so much for the time you've given, but also to all of the attendants today. We appreciate, we've asked a lot of your time. We hope you've got a good return on that investment of time that you've put into this today. And of course, with the recordings all being shareable, that means that's information that you yourself have, but that you can share with your partners, your colleagues, and indeed your other HAF providers. We hope you found those workshops really practical opportunities for you to use that. So I'm just going to pull together some of the sort of observations around the conference and closing remarks. Clearly, councils are under enormous pressure at the moment, as are your partners. Rising demand, rising complexity of demand in the face of limited resources. So it's really good to see how many councils and partners have seized the opportunity of HAF in the last few years to really make it work and really make the best use of those resources that you have. Powerful evidence that Greta de Veit has used and presented today with a comprehensive analysis of the multiple impacts and the benefits and value that HAF provides, which I hope is useful information for you to use when you're engaging with partners, both within the council but external partners as well, in order to make sure that you have as much support and can align as many of your resources as possible. It's really impressive to see how much you've all done with that. And I was thinking about the comment that the Minister, Claire Coutinho, made, where she observed that one of her favourite things with HAF is the opportunity to do things that they'd never done before. This is what the feedback she loves from children and young people. And I was thinking, actually, in terms of HAF coordinators, in terms of councils and your partners, this is really something that I think applies as much to you as it does to the children and young people themselves. It's that opportunity to work differently. It's a really good programme for helping to break down some of those silos that exist within the council to join up because of the multiple outcomes that it delivers. In terms of from good to even better, I think that the evolutionary journey we're all on is about partnerships and collaboration, both within the council, but also with your external partners as well, whether that's schools, whether that's the voluntary sector, the third sector, or informal community groups, or even local businesses, including those that may be local food providers. That partnership and collaboration and empowerment of those networks is absolutely fundamental to the success of HAF, and that hyperlocal community providers included within that model is just so important for the impact, but the sustainability. We've seen examples through the workshops of how your offer has evolved into a year-round offer, for example, how there have been add-ons like the uniform exchange and food pantries and social supermarkets that have been added on to what you do, that you've been able to reach specific groups better, whether that's SEND or refugees and asylum seekers. And the value of co-production rather than doing this to is doing it with, as we've seen with the teen sprints that Greta had mentioned, but also with a stronger element of community involvement and community engagement. And as that offer has evolved, it's become less just about the children and young people and more about their parents and carers and their families. So, for example, in the workshop around transition from primary to secondary school, it was as much about the support that was given to the parents and carers as it was to the children themselves. And this all has a massive impact, not just on the outcomes for HAF, but on the outcomes for the community and family work that councils is at the heart of what councils do. In terms of those evolving relationships, I think it's been important that we think about the social connectedness that HAF provides, not just to children and young people, but to their families and also to communities and neighbourhoods as well. And that's come across really strongly. Mark had alluded to it at the very start when he opened the conference, but also I think it's come through very, very strongly from so many of the workshops that we've been involved in. And that social connectedness and relationships is also about trusted relationships. So when we're talking about you as council officers or HAF coordinators, working with your partners, developing those trusted relationships with your partners and networks really enables you all to think longer term. It enables you to think about that wraparound care and a year-long approach and what HAF is within that, and the cornerstone that HAF provides to that longer term sustainable thinking. So I think that's an incredibly huge impact and byproduct that perhaps we hadn't foreseen when we all started with HAF a few years ago now. And I'd just like to close by saying, as I mentioned at the beginning, again, thank you for your time. I know it's a lot of time to ask for you out of your day. I do hope you're sharing these recordings and that for sessions you weren't able to get to, you're able to pick up on that. But also because they are recorded, God bless the digital technological age, that you can share that with your networks, with your partners, so that we can cascade some of the learning and the ideas that you may want to adopt and try sooner rather than later, and that we try more and we learn better from what we're all doing collectively. So it just remains to me to mention to you that there will be an evaluation link that will follow. So please do give us feedback. We would really welcome that. We want to get from good to even better in the future as well. Please share messages through your local coordinator meetings as well. And please do, if you're going to post anything from today or you have been doing, please retag with the hashtag HAFalliance23. And do visit our website for more of the resources that will come online as well. So thank you all so much for your time. Thanks for being part of this, and I'll hand back to the street game organisers. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Francesca. Well, we've managed to do something that most conferences fail miserably to do and finish ahead of time. So just to reiterate Francesca's point, thank you to everybody who's spoken today and who's been involved in facilitation today. And thank you for your input and your ideas. This is a dialogue. This is a conversation. We look forward to continuing it. Thanks a lot, everybody.